third if that makes life worthwhile is if you stay. You got to hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. Some people plant in the spring and leave in the summer. When it gets a little hot and a little uncomfortable, and it looks like the weeds are winning, and it looks like the bugs are having a feast, and you have a tendency to say, hey, I've had it with this. But the key is, if you want the harvest in the fall at harvest time, you've got to stay through the summer. Hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. Even if the harvest doesn't turn out to be good, hang in there. You just see it through, and then use that experience to do better planting in the spring come the next turnaround of season. So stay in there. Hang in there. If you're going to play the game, you got to stay until it's over.
Waiting on you. Can you move up a little? Tiny bit. That way. Just for camera.
Hi, my name is Jeanette, also known as the YouTube sensation Ms.FitVegan. First of all, that was Jim Rohn just now, one of my mentors. He is so inspiring and motivating, and I just love everything he's ever done. What he was just talking about is one of the most important parts of getting in shape, which is hanging in there, staying with it, okay? Not giving up on yourself. And in regards to staying with it, okay, and not giving up on yourself, it is a lot of psychological work, okay? Getting in shape, getting fit, I have found to be mostly mental work, okay? Obviously there's physical, right? You're watching me right now embarrass the shit out of myself on YouTube, because you do have to move, you do have to exercise. But I have definitely found that the majority of my work has been mental. And what I want to talk about today is what causes our thoughts and how we can change them to live a better life, and to not give up on ourselves and our goals and our dreams, and, to start keeping our promises to ourselves. Because once we start keeping our promises to ourselves, that is how we know we are on the path to success. When you see somebody who is successful, okay, you know that he is extremely good at keeping his promises and keeping his word to himself. Him or herself. So, what causes our thoughts? Well, we all know that our thoughts become our reality, right? We all know about the law of attraction. If you don't, highly recommend you look that up. Louise Hay is where I started my journey over 20 years ago. Yes, I am that old. Over 20 years ago, when I was a teenager, I got into her Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, and got into the law of attraction. Now, the best resource and the best book I've ever read on the law of attraction is called Law of Attraction by Michael J. Lozier. Lozier? Michael J. Lozier, Losier. This is the most simplistic and clear description of the law of attraction and how it works. Highly recommend that book. I love the audiobooks so much. Okay, so we all know that our thoughts become our reality and our life. And in order to change our life, we need to change our thoughts. Okay, but how do we change our thoughts? That's what I want to talk about today. Our thoughts are formed by our input. What is our input? What we listen to, what we watch, what we read, conversations we have, okay? The music we're listening to, the podcasts the audiobooks we're listening to, the YouTube videos we're watching, the movies we're watching, the TV shows, the commercials, the Instagram stories we're watching, the Instagram captions we're reading, the emails we're reading, the text messages we're reading. Everything that we consume every single day is forming our thoughts. Okay, all the input, all the consumption is creating our thoughts. Okay, so when I realized this, it was scary because there's so much negativity out there. There are so many distractions that keep us from thinking about our goals and thinking positive, productive thoughts that are going to equal positive, productive actions. Okay, so our input creates our thoughts create our life. Okay, and by life, I mean our thoughts dictate our actions. What we're going to think about, what we're going to focus on is what we're going to do. So if you have the thought that you are not good enough and you'll never be good enough, most likely you are not even going to try. Okay? And where would you get the thought that you're not good enough? Well, it could have come from a parent, okay, from your childhood. It could have come from school. It could have come from 5 seconds ago when you were on Instagram and you were looking at someone who put in the work for 5 years to transform their body, and now they're looking amazing, and you're looking at that transformation and thinking you'll never be able to do that because it's just so much work and you're just not dedicated enough, you're just not good enough. Well, that thought is leading to extremely unproductive, extremely negative behavior, like giving up on your fitness goals, like binge eating possibly, like choosing, unhealthy behaviors that do not contribute to your ultimate dream life. Now, how do we get over this? What do we start to do differently? Remember, for things to change, we have to change, okay? For things to get better, we have to get better. So how do we change our input? Okay, this is not easy. Let's start with the easiest stuff. So first of all, highly, highly, highly recommend you delete all negative music on your device. Most of you guys are going to have an iPhone. But Android, whatever your music device is, your MP3, MP4, whatever. Whatever you listen to music on, delete anything negative, anything that is turning you into a zombie, anything that does not contribute to your highest good, anything that puts you in a state of being angry or a state of being negative, anything that does not contribute to your highest good. Now, this is very hard, okay? I'm not saying you can never listen to this mind-numbing music of 2018. This is the music that is like the popular music of today. It doesn't stand for anything. There's nothing meaningful. It does not contribute any positive influence on your life or your thoughts. Okay, it's just like, I don't know any songs, but like Cardi B or like, even, I'm sorry guys, even like Drake and Lil Wayne, these artists do not encourage you to become your greatest version, and you are absolutely not making any progress by listening to this music. No offense, yes, they have some catchy tunes, but there is nothing in their songs, there's no message that is contributing to your highest good and your productivity and your making sure that you reach your goals. So, I deleted all negative music, okay? Anything that would like put me in a negative state, or any like mind-numbing, useless music. The only music I have on my iPhone right now is music that uplifts my spirit, that has a meaningful message, that puts me in an extremely positive and productive mood, okay? Some artists, this is like a weird video. It's like going on some weird tangents. But the only music that I listen to now, I like this artist. His name is Paul Isaac. I like this other guy named Tubby Love. He is awesome. Okay, they have amazing songs. I do have some India Arie. I have some Outkast. I have some Lauryn Hill, and I have some, different artists, because just to work out to. I'm not saying you can't ever listen to this music, right? But I have a lot of Dead Prez. But then again, I don't love to listen to Dead Prez because it puts me in a negative mindset. Okay, yes, their music does actually have a real message, but a lot of it is focused on negativity and, just like real problems. But I don't need to be focusing on those right now. Okay, right now in my life, I need to be focusing on staying positive, staying productive, and staying committed to achieving my goals. Okay, there's a time and a place for everything. Okay, I do love a lot of different types of music. Right now, it's all about being productive and working and not giving up and staying as motivated and positive as I can. So what do I mostly listen to? Because I really actually don't mostly listen to music anymore. I listen to podcasts, and they are a great way to stay motivated and stay productive and stay on track to achieving your goals. Now, we're not just talking about fitness goals, okay? But this is what, this YouTube series is mostly about. But we're talking about any goal that you have, okay? Motivation is going to come and go. You have to learn and realize that you're going to have to do the things that you're supposed to do even when you don't feel like doing them. Let me say that again. You're going to have to do the things you're supposed to do, okay, that are going to get you to your goals, especially when you do not feel like doing them. When you start to work out, when you start to go to the gym, even when you do not feel like going, when you are dead tired, when you are hungry, or, I don't recommend being hungry, eat if you're hungry. But if you're dead tired, if you're extremely busy, if you're in a bad mood, if you're cranky, if you have like a cool event, maybe go to cool events. I don't know. I don't get invited to events. But, okay, say there's you want to go shopping or you want to do anything else besides workout. When you actually make the decision and physically go work out in those moments, that's when you know you are going to fucking succeed, okay? You are going to get to your goals, because that is the test, okay? The universe is always testing us. Now, the universe has our back, but the universe needs to know that we're gonna do the work to make it fucking happen, okay? Nothing in life is just gonna get handed to you, okay? Nothing. Even if it does, fucking no. Shit comes with everything, okay? There are pros and cons to everything, and there are consequences to everything free that you get. For example, if you win the lottery, most people, the high majority of people that win the lottery have less money in 4 years than when they fucking won the lottery, okay? That is a real statistic that I just made up, but I swear it's something like that. Okay, so let me try to focus. So podcasts. So here are a few of the most amazing podcasts that I know of. I'm going to start with my absolute favorite, the MF CEO Project. Okay, that is Andy Frisella's podcast. It is mind-blowing. It is not just a motivational podcast. It is a practical podcast on how to become the motherfucking CEO of your life. How to set goals and how to achieve them, okay? He has something called a power list that I have been utilizing. really quickly, I will let you know what this is. It is episode 107 on the MFCEO project. However, a power list is a to-do list that you make the night before, okay? You have 5 things, no more than 5 critical tasks, okay? These are things that are gonna get you one day closer to your goals, okay? So every night, you're gonna write down 5 things, 5 things on your to-do list. It's not called a to-do list though, it's called a power list. You're gonna write 5 things down and you're gonna do them as soon as possible. If you can do them in the morning, do them in the morning. If you can't, do them right after work. If you can't do them right after work, do them as soon as you fucking can. You get the point? You're gonna do those. After you do those 5 things, you're gonna put a W on the top of the page and you are gonna circle it. You have won the day. Now, if you can start winning the day 7 days in a row, you're gonna win the week. And if you can win 4 weeks in a row, then you're gonna win the month. And can you even fathom, can you even imagine what your life is gonna look like if you can possibly win a whole year or most of the year? Your life will be completely unrecognizable if you start to do this. Okay, this has changed my life and I promise you it will change yours. I'm not very good at explaining things, so do me a favor, download the MFCEO Project podcast and listen to episode 107. It is very, very powerful. He has a lot of episodes that are just mind-blowing. Episode 203 was amazing. 192, 182, 181, 145, 141. I'm just reading off the list of podcasts that I've saved. I mean, there's a lot. Okay, he has just an incredible amount of mind-blowing podcasts. Highly recommend his channel. So if you want a full list of all of the most amazing podcasts from him, I can give that to you. Leave it in the comments below. Now let's move on. My next favorite podcast is called the Jocko Podcast, Jocko Podcast. Jocko Willink is a very, very powerful person. So he's an author, an ex-Navy SEAL. He, to be honest, we have a lot of differences, okay? He believes a lot of things that I do not believe, and he lives a lifestyle that I do not believe in, okay? And I don't respect, to be honest. I personally cannot respect people that eat animals and support animal cruelty. Okay, I personally do not respect that. However, I'm just giving you a list of podcasts that have changed my life, and I cannot deny the incredible gifts that people like Andy Frisella and Jocko have. Okay, they are truly talented and gifted and so inspiring and hardworking, and they have taught me so much. I cannot deny that. So even though I do not respect the choices that Jocko makes, you know, with his food choices and his lifestyle where he contributes to, you know, maybe unknowingly, but he contributes to animal cruelty, his podcast is quite powerful and very life-changing. He also has a amazing spoken word album on Apple Music that I highly, highly recommend you download. Okay, it's called Discipline Equals Freedom. Okay, and he also has another one called Psychological Warfare. Now this one is very powerful. You make this your alarm in the morning, and I promise you, you will get up every fucking morning for the rest of your fucking life if you make this your alarm. And you'll see why if you download it. So Psychological Warfare and Discipline Equals Freedom. So those are my 2 favorite podcasts. There's also a few other ones. Of course, I love Gary Vee. His podcast is like a little overwhelming though. He puts up like, 20 podcasts a day. I love Self-Made Man, even though I'm not a man. I love The Secrets to Success with Eric Thomas. I love the Tony Robbins podcast. I love the Ed Milet show. Really incredible. And that's about it for the podcast. what were we talking about? I feel like this is quite a long video. I'm really sorry if it's not your thing. I'm sure that if it's not your thing, you've already clicked off, so I don't blame you. I would too, probably. So to wrap it up here, I just want you to start to become aware of what you're putting in to your mind, because every single thing, and this is very overwhelming, but every single text message you read, every single thing you listen to, every song, every podcast, every YouTube video, every Instagram post, caption, every single thing you input into your brain is what your thoughts are stemming from and what makes them, okay? We are a result of everything that we consume. And I'm not just talking about food, okay? Obviously, we are definitely what we eat. Everyone knows that. We are what we eat. So if you eat junk, if you eat crap, you're going to feel like crap, okay? If you eat delicious, natural, organic, fresh, ripe fruit and vegetables that are extremely healthy, you're going to feel extremely healthy. You're going to look extremely healthy, okay? You're going to be glowing. Let's save that for another episode, though. So we are everything that we consume. That is what is going to create our thoughts. So we have to be very careful what we consume and what we say as well. We have to be careful what we say, because every word that we say creates our reality. I want to say thank you so much for listening or watching. And I hope that you start to just consider becoming very mindful about what you consume with your eyes and your ears. Okay, I want you to start to, you don't have to change anything right now. I just want you to start to become aware, because awareness is curative. And I think self-awareness is one of the most important things that we constantly are overlooking. Okay, we don't realize that in order for us to change, we need to be aware of what needs to change. Okay, we need to be aware of what we're doing in order to change it. So I just want you to start to become aware of all the things that might be contributing to you giving up, or not going as hard as you could, or not believing in yourself, or not going after those extremely scary, audacious, huge goals, okay? Because I promise you, if you believe that you can achieve something, then I promise you, you can achieve it. I promise you. If you can close your eyes and hold a vision, if you can visualize you doing the things that you would love to do and living the life that you would love to live and looking the exact way that you would love to look, okay? I promise you can achieve that. But you have to believe it first. Everything is created twice, okay? First in the mind and then in reality. So please believe. And if you don't believe, start doing the work. Start doing the work that it's going to take to get there, and you will start to believe. If you do not believe right now that you can possibly achieve these goals, start taking the steps to achieve them, and you will start to believe. Okay? A lot of times, actually most of the time, the work comes before the belief. Okay? You might not believe that you could ever be a millionaire because you're not doing any work to be a millionaire. But once you start on the process, once you start with the small, seemingly insignificant steps every single day that gets you one day closer to your goals, you will start to believe in yourself. And you will start to see that you actually can do anything you put your mind to. So I want to say thank you so much for watching, listening, whatever. And I will see you in the next episode.